okay, that you both are facing. But the underlying energy is temperance, okay? See, I was just talking about Saggies. Underneath that is justice and Libra. So some of you guys are seeing a Sagittarius or another Libra, a Virgo, or an Aquarius. Look at y'all. But anyway, so we got express your love and true love, okay? This is a romance of a lifetime, okay? And go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I can read upside down. Like I can read that. Well, through the camera anyway. So, as if we don't already make romantic gestures. Can I get an amen, Gemini? I mean, Gemini, Libra. My goodness, my Gemini moon is having a meltdown. All right, Mercury's going retrograde, and it's feeling it. I was stuttering so badly in Virgo. I was just like, oh my gosh. All right, let's see if I can get it together. So, the underlying energy being temperance talks about, balancing things, maintaining maintaining your world, doing your 50% while the universe does its 50. It's working very hard to make us happy, to get us to where we want to be. This is crooked. I don't know why it's doing that. To get us where you want to be, right? So temperance is the card for like moderation in all things, right? Just doing the best that you can with what you got, and just having patience. Really, just being, right? Do what you need to do with what what you need to take care of. Now, temperance also, I've been reading a little bit for some of the signs, is that temperance is coming up to kind of indicate that you're limitless. There's nothing that's keeping you from doing anything that you want to do. If you want to pour a cup full of water in a very odd angle and still make it, you can do it. In not in practice, but this the principle of making the impossible possible. Now, the mindset of going into this relationship is interesting. Ten of Swords for this individual. The way they see this relationship is that they already hit the worst part of the relationship. They already hit the snags. They already hit the arguments, the bad parts, the stuff that nobody really wants to deal with. Nobody wants to deal with that. And the worst is over for this person. But they still are experiencing the Ten of Swords. Like, they're still experiencing a really bad ending. They're still thinking of this relationship in a time of where there was a serious, devastating cutoff. Well, the other person, however, is approaching this relationship a bit more protectively. Like, they're standing by it. They are protecting it in their mind. I don't think they're protecting themselves, per se. I feel like this person really is invested in this relationship. Therefore, they're standing their ground in it, right? They're really like taking the high ground and fending off any offenders, pretty much, right? They're willing to fight and to work to maintain and balance the relationship, or to get to wherever this relationship is trying to get to with this, with you guys, right? Now, typically, I read the side here, Libra, as my client, so as you guys, but you guys feel free to pick the side that resonates with you the most, because sometimes, this may not resonate. This I may. But the Seven of Wands person here, yeah, I feel like they could be defensive of themselves, really, kind of keeping the wall up too. This doesn't always have to mean that this person is standing by the relationship. It could be that they're just strictly protecting themselves. We do have temperance as the underlying energy. So there could be somebody that's a little more standoffish, not necessarily trying to engage with anybody. Not engage with anybody. I mean, like, they're just very protective of themselves. Because, you do have the King of Cups. This person does have the King of Cups as the foundation, as the reason why they're doing the things that they do. But they have the Page of Wands in their body area, what they're displaying to you and to others, right? They're kind of not like open for business per se, but they're starting something new. They're taking this time, taking small little steps towards something that can be really, really big, right? It's still a beginning, pages can be, but not really huge beginnings. Now, the Page of Wands can also talk about communicating and, spreading news, talking. So somebody could be communicating or making already a romantic gesture, right? Already expressing their love here, right? And I feel like it's because they truly come from a place of genuine feelings of love. Right? I think this person's really talking about it. They have the Seven of Wands. I do think it is protecting the relationship. Some of this could be that they're protecting themselves. But they have the higher ground and they know it. And I don't think that this is like a defense that's keeping them away from expansion, perhaps. I think they're trying to maintain what they have because because this is something that's of course a piece of them too. The other person, however, with the star, since they see the situation as, the worst being over, I could see this person taking this opportunity and showing that they're the star, right? Showing that they have more, they have hope. They believe in the possibility of things, turning out, right? Right. The ending has come. The worst of it is over. Now it's about putting in the work, giving of themselves to manifest the relationship, to really manifest a healthy and beautiful relationship between the both of them, both of you two. So that's great. I see, yeah, like I said, the star coming up like that, definitely feel like this person's very hopeful about the future. Very hopeful. This person's also very inspired because of how you guys both may have overcome a certain difficult ending. Um, and what's interesting though is this, right? There's a lot of stuff about being individual in all these cards, especially since the underlying energy is temperance. And I feel like the best way for both of these two to get to be the best that they can be together is by understanding that the work that they need to do is honestly alone. And what do I mean by that? Because look at all this. It's Fool, Star, Ten of Swords. There's only one person in all these cards. King of Cups, Page of Wands, the Seven of Wands. All of this has to do with maintaining of the self. The King of Cups is the mastery of his emotions. Not someone else's emotions, but his emotions. And although it does start a new beginning for them, or does inspire something new for for him or her, whoever this is, they still have to maintain their end of their side of the story. They have to still maintain their own integrity, their own rules, boundaries, responsibilities. The same with this individual. And I feel like the reason why this person not only is, the way that they are, right, with the stars, seeing things from a new perspective, or not necessarily seeing things from a new perspective, but seeing this relationship as a new opportunity, a new path, something exciting, is because they are starting new themselves, period, from the get-go, from all angles. They are a new individual. The Ten of Swords, a piece of you does die with this, right? Then when this Ten Swords happens, a piece of you does die. It's very similar to death, right? There's a piece of you that you have to leave to death so you can embrace that new life to come in, that new you, the new person that's you, that's trying to say, hey, let's work together to make something awesome out of this situation. And I feel like with the Ten of Swords, it's like, yeah, the reason why you have a bit more hope is because you're not just starting over with this relationship, you're starting over with yourself, Libra. Like all of you, you are a blank slate at the moment, in a way. And that kind of leads to the challenge, right, with the Hermit. The challenge is being solo, alone, and handling your business, right? Doing this stuff on your own, right? Being very independent and non-reliant on anyone else, right? We can have people around us that are our own light, our shining stars, but ultimately we have everything we need to be what we need for ourselves, as well as be what we want in our relationships. But the thing is this, right? What brought you together is the Six of Wands. It's interesting. I feel like what brought you together, the reason why you guys got together is not because of just the attention that you guys both give each other, but that feeling of being recognized and being seen. Right? Being seen for everything that you've accomplished and everything that you've done with not just yourself, but within the relationship. If this is something that's been going on for you, this is an ongoing relationship for you guys. If it's not, then it's really about being seen, like seeing each other, But the challenge is the Hermit, taking time out and doing things on your own. Where, being okay with not having that person around, being okay with doing things kind of by yourself. Because being alone is hard. It is hard, but once you understand that you never leave them and they never leave you, there is an infinite a connection between you and this person. Like there's nothing that keeps you from doing anything, and that is the truest love, right? When you can say, "Hey, you can go your way, I can go my way," and and still have that sense of like direction, to still feel like you are loved, no matter if they are there to express that to you or not. And sometimes, right, there may be things that keep us from communicating or keeping us from saying certain things. And I feel like with with express your love, you know, I'm thinking it's saying you may not need to do that all the time. You may not need to communicate all the time. The love that you feel for each other is there regardless of you saying it, or regardless of you spending time together. It's great to spend time together. It's great to get to know each other. It's great to do all those things. But the King of Cups loves, and he doesn't have, he loves his queen. They can be anywhere around the world, and that love will never be different. They don't care about being together. They just know that their love is theirs. All right, let's go ahead and see what you guys got from the Whispers of Love. Okay. New love. Wow. Sorry, y'all. It's getting dark in here. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. Wow, guys. So this is a new love for you guys. Now, if this is somebody that you've been in a relationship with, and this is like, I don't have new love. It is new love, because how you guys are approaching this relationship is not how you guys have been approaching it. You're a totally different individual. The Fool is indicating that this is a new beginning. The Star is indicating that. This Page of Wands is even indicating that. But the thing is that you're coming into this, to revitalize a piece of your relationship, revitalize yourself, in a big way. So for those of you that are in a relationship currently, there's a piece of there's a piece of you that's growing in your love life, and there's a piece of the other person that's growing in this love life. But you're starting from the very beginning. You're starting over, and that's not a bad thing. Like, I don't think you guys are like starting from scratch, redating, and not I think for some of you guys could be straight up doing that. But then some of you guys could really be, seeing someone new, recognizing there is a connection between you and this individual. But the thing is this, right? If there is a distance, or if there isn't constant communication, the feelings don't change because you guys are separate. Okay? Expressing your love is very important, but I feel like you guys have, you guys do communicate it quite a bit. The challenge is the Hermit. The challenge is either, learning how to be on your own and being solo. And some of you guys, it could indicate too that the Hermit talks about, breaking free, breaking out of this, of this time of, of self-discovery, right? Learning yourself is the biggest challenge, but I think for some of you guys, it could indicate that it's like you guys are comfortable being on your own, comfortable with being by yourself. And then, when there is a relationship or there is someone here that's offering you love, you don't necessarily turn it away, but you don't really want to break free. You don't break out of it so you can, you can try to engage, right? That's probably why I expressed that, your love is coming up as well, right? You have to get out of the Hermit energy to talk to each other. But those are two things that I would definitely say that this reading was definitely capitalizing on. But individuality and focusing on the self and being you and not focusing on something else entirely, I feel like is the biggest focus of this relationship. And new love is definitely